All right, so thank you so much, ladies, for joining me today. Again, I still feel like I'm part of family, so thank you so much for that. So let's begin. We're going to start by simply walking in place. Very simple, very slow. We're just going to get our heart pumping a little bit more. Don't worry, I won't make you run around the house. Yeah, I'm still at the dojo in my brain. So what we want is, as we're doing this, we want to make sure that our shoulders are nice and low, right? That there's no tension in our upper body. That's why we're not doing this fast. We're just doing movement. But I also want you to concentrate on contracting those abs. So bringing the navel to the spine. So slight contraction while we're moving, and we want to try to maintain this as we're going to do the class. The other thing is we want to make sure that we don't have an overarch in our lower back. So we want to curl that tailbone as much as possible as we're being active. Of course, make sure that you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, or through the nose. Of course, through the mouth, when we exhale, it's much easier to remove any kind of tension. All right, good. So from this position now, we are going to do side, I don't know if we call them, I guess it's squats. I was going to say lunges, but squats. So we're just going to go from one side to the other. We're going to bring it in and then other side. So as you're doing this, make sure that you're contracting those abs, always contracting, always curling the tailbone under, right? So you want to make sure that you're not doing this as you're lowering, which I'm sure looks really weird. You really want to curl the tailbone. Keep going as you're lowering. Now the other thing that you want to make sure that you're doing well is that you are not bending forward like this. You want to stay as straight as possible. And last but not least, we want to make sure that we are equal on each side, right? So we're not doing something like this, which is very pretty and great for a stretch, but not what is meant for this exercise. Inhale, come up, exhale. And the last two times. And last time. Beautiful. All right, shake things up. Mild rotations with the shoulders. Make sure that you feel them through. If you feel any clicks, you can switch directions. If you feel any clicks, just make your circles a little bit smaller. You want to do rotations within the clicks. All right, so I know I spoke of cans yesterday. I'm not sure if you have them with you. So when I talk about cans, you can have different sizes, right? So you can have a smaller versus a bigger. I'm very much into legumes. So I would like you to take anything that has weight for you and that could work. If you only have one because you're kind of like, I didn't think about bringing cans, or I forgot to tell you, or whatever reason, just pick anything up. Even if you only have one, that's good. So I'm going to have a seat because otherwise you won't be able to see the full exercise as I demonstrate, but I would like you to do this standing. We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, curl the tailbone under, make sure that you contract the abs. We're going to have 2 cans for this exercise, but I'm going to show you a variant to do with only 1 can, which we will do at some point during class. And so what we want to do in this position is have our arms parallel to the ground. Make sure that you're not hyperextending your elbows. And from this position, we're going to inhale, bring them up, and exhale, bring them down. So I'm going to continue now from a standing position, bring them up, and bring them down. Now, always making sure that you're contracting those abs, making sure that you're breathing well, and of course, avoid bringing the shoulders up. You really want to bring them down. In and down. And last time, in and down. Right? The idea is to be very mindful as we do this exercise, so stay up like this. So if you're doing, so I realized if you had only one, I forgot to mention to just switch hands. So I'm going to do the exercise with only one for the next one, but if you have two, you can do it with two. So with only one can now, the idea is to switch sides. Keep your arms out. I know I'm talking, but keep those arms out because you're still working and training when you're doing this. But when you do with only one, so now we're going to begin bringing the arms forward and then bringing them back. When we do it with only one, it's making us work on our obliques, right? Because our tendency is to want to kind of go to the side. So we want to avoid that. We want to make sure that we're staying nice and strong and that our abs are contracted on both sides and that we're stable. So as we pass the can along, make sure that you're exhaling, inhaling. You could do the reverse as well, right? You could be inhaling as you're opening and exhaling as you're bringing back. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go back to 2 cans, but you can continue the same principle of switching hands for the next exercise. So we're basically doing what we did yesterday. We're just adding some weight to them. So now, because we're going to play around with cans, we're going to be doing rotations like this. Make sure that you have the opposable thumb that is keeping that can in. I mean, you could technically do it like this to work on your hand grip. I'm just not there today. So just make sure that you have nice rotations, and again, you could, so take an inhale and an exhale on a single beat, or you could inhale for 3 and exhale for 3, or more. It's up to you. Breath is what's important. How you do it, that is really a question of what feels right for you. Make sure that you're breathing well. We're going to make it nice and slow so we're burning those muscles. Hopefully you feel it more than you did yesterday. And finally, last time, beautiful. And we're going to come back to the center. All right, we're going to keep them in our hands, close to our chests. We're going to keep the legs now ideally hip width apart. You could do it shoulder width as well. It's all a question of making sure that your knees are going into your feet. So we're going to be doing squats, but make sure that the knees are tracking in line with your toes, right? You don't want to start to have toes one way and then the knees going the other way. That's really, really bad. So if you are doing shoulder width or if you're doing wider, then make sure that you open up the toes so that the knees can go in the direction of the toes, right? So ideally we want to have it hip width apart. And so curl that tailbone, contract those abs, make sure that the shoulders are back. We're going to inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower. Not super low, but just enough to feel the muscles. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And last time, we're going to stay. Exhale for 5, 4. Contract those abs. 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and come back up. Ooh, did you start to feel that? All right, so now we are going to go onto the ground and we're going to work a little bit on our core stability, our core balance, our core strength. So, same thing as what we did yesterday. We're going to go on all fours. Make sure that your hands are not directly underneath your shoulders, and that's important because we don't want to cut here the tendons and the muscles in the wrist. That's why we have the hands a little bit forward. We want to make sure that the elbows are gently bent towards the back, not towards the side, because again we want to respect structure. Make sure that your knees are in alignment with your hips, so directly underneath. So I'm just going to go forward like this so that you can see the exercise. So we're going to start with the arms. We want to make sure that our hips are staying in place. We're going to take a deep breath in, contract those abs, curl the tailbone to protect your spine, and exhale, we're going to lift one arm up. Inhale here, exhale, and we're going to lower. And again, inhale, exhale, we're going to lift second arm up. And make sure that as you're doing this, that it's not going into your lower back, yeah? And exhale, we lower. So now I'm going to go like this. So now we're going to do the legs. So inhale, exhale, we bring the leg up. Whoops. To move a little bit. So we're going to bring the So again, make sure that you're not arching the lower back as you're doing this. You really want to keep that tailbone curled under. Inhale. Exhale, and we lower. Inhale. Exhale, we lift the second leg up. So again, don't overarch here. You really want to go up and you want to feel it in your glutes. Beautiful. And we bring it down. So now we're going to do both of them at the same time, but we're going to do diagonals. So we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg at the same time. So take a deep breath in. Good. Contract those abs. Exhale, lift. Make sure that you're contracting that support leg. Make sure that you're activating that glute. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, contract those abs. Lift. Left arm, right leg. Feel that glute. Inhale. Exhale, down. And again, in. Exhale, we lift. Contract those abs. And exhale, down. And last time, inhale. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Inhale, we stay. Contract those glutes, those abs, and exhale, we release. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we sit back onto our heels and rest, rest, rest. So we want to make sure that we're doing a good counter posture to really relax the lower back. Good. We take a deep breath in, and we start by curling the tailbone under, and we want to round the shoulders, round the neck, bring the chin towards the sternum, and nice and slowly we want to come back up, one vertebra at a time, and really feel that sense of reset when you're coming back into that position, taking a moment just to breathe, take it in, and feel the joy that your body is feeling at moving and exercising and feeling the tone in your muscles, because that's really, really important. All right, we're going to take a deep breath in, and exhale, we're going to bring it down. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of ab work. So what's important when we do abs, of course, is to contract the abs, navel to the spine. We want to make sure that our lower back is gently resting or pressing against the ground. So again, it's not about forcing, it is about allowing. So don't push against, but be aware that that's what you want, right? The idea is that we want to protect the lower back. So when we start to lift legs and do different types of exercises, that we're not creating an overarch in the lower back. That is what injures us when we do ab work. So we really want to make sure that we're curling the tailbone towards the ceiling and allowing the lower back to set itself and to press against the ground. So from this position, we're also going to make sure that our knees are in alignment with our hip bones and that our feet are in alignment with our knees. We're going to bring the chin down towards the sternum. We're just going to awaken the abs to start. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to lift with our abs. Make sure that your shoulder blades are off the mats, palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to rest here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower completely. Now, as you do this work, throughout the inhale and the exhale, you want to make sure that you're always contracting those abs. So let's do this again. We're going to inhale, bring our chin down towards the sternum. Exhale, we lift. We're going to stay here for 5. Make sure that you move your shoulders so that they're not tense. 3, 2, and you're not pulling with your head. And inhale. And exhale, and we release. Beautiful. So now the next time we're going to stay up and we're going to play around with our legs. So inhale, bring the chin down. Exhale, we come up. Beautiful. Make sure that you shake those shoulders up to release tension. Make sure that you're not pulling with your shoulders, not pulling with your head or with your neck. At any point in time, if your neck is hurting, feel free to put your fingers behind your head, but do not pull on your head. So one of the exercises that I really like to do is to make sure that our hips our pelvis is stable. And so we're going to do a small exercise, a small test. Make sure that you're contracting those abs. I know, it's working, but now we're going to activate them a little bit more. So now we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, now we're going to lift one leg up. Make sure that the shins are parallel to the ground. But now when we're going to lift the second leg up, the body will want to shift to that side. So make sure that you're not allowing your hips to move. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to contract, and we're going to lift. Beautiful. And we're going to do that again, and we're going to bring that left leg down. So inhale. Exhale, we lower that left leg first. Toe, ball, heel. Beautiful. And then the second leg, inhale. Exhale, and bring it down. Nice and mindful. Toe, ball, heel. We're going to take a deep breath in. Don't worry, we're going down. Exhale, and we lower. Beautiful. All right, so you can massage the neck. Make sure that you're breathing well always. So again, I will show you can stay on the ground. So when we massage, we want to make sure that we're pulling the muscles apart and we're using the palm heel to really snug those muscles to bring them in. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go from the ground. Now we're going to go up. We're going to do bridges so that we can work on those thighs and work on those glutes. All right, so we're going to put our arms out to the side, palms up towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale. Exhale, we're going to contract those abs. Make sure we curl the tailbone towards the ceiling. We're going to get ready to come up. So inhale. Exhale, keep the tailbone curled under, and we lift. We're going to stay here for one breath. Exhale, and we lower one vertebrae at a time. We want to collapse from the sternum all the way down. This should feel as a nice, deep massage and traction of each vertebrae. Beautiful. And we come back. Good. And again, inhale, we curl the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to lift. From this position now we want to push up. We're going to stay here for a little bit. We want to push up those glutes. Make sure that they're contracted so you can use your thumbs to kind of push into the muscles to awaken those muscles, right? Because sometimes we think we're using them and finally we're not. Same thing for the thighs. You want to make sure that they're nice and strong. Contract those abs to make sure that you're protecting your lower back. And now we're going to inhale. We're going to lower about 2 inches. And then exhale, we're going to push back up. Inhale for about 2. Exhale, we come back up. So make sure that your hips are always stable and they're not jiggling from side to side, yeah? I know. I'm sure you can feel those. If you're contracting your glutes on top of the motion, because that's what we want, you should be feeling that nice and strongly. And last time, inhale down. Exhale, push up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we stay. Exhale, we lower. Now really take the time to use this to massage your back. It feels so good to stretch it out. Use as many breaths as you need to be able to do this. Curl that tailbone under. Take your time. Beautiful. And once you arrive, bring the knees to the chest. You can wrap them around. We do rotations with the ankles just to release any kind of tension. You can swing side to side. Make sure that you're breathing well. That's really, really important. Always inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth when we want to release tension. And just letting it go in one shot. That feels really, really good. Good. You can also round your forehead to your knees just to round those shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and we release. Beautiful. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to roll over to the side. So we're going to do, I don't have time on my table. So we're going to stand up. So Make sure that you stand up properly. Beautiful. All right, so we have just a few minutes left. We are almost done. So we're now going to do the Thunderbolt. So we've been doing quite a few exercises for our thighs. This will be the last one, and then we'll stretch and close up the session. So for the Thunderbolt, you can have your feet shoulder width apart. And basically what we want to do is we want to bring the arms up. So I will show you. We want to go down, ideally to 90 degrees, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, we're going to bring it in. All right, and let's begin. We inhale, exhale, and we lower. Inhale, we pull it in. Exhale and lower. Beautiful. Inhale. And out. Good. Last time we inhale. Exhale, we're going to stay. Good. Keep that nice and strong. Stay with me. Stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, bring it in. Good. All right, shake it out because I know that this is working for you. Good. All right, so we're going to sit back onto the ground. So you can go into any kind of position, but usually the shin boxes are a good position to do the stretch. Because I want us to be as relaxed as possible, we're not going to do the standing, although you can if you want. We're just going to grab the ankle here, and we're just going to bring the heel, oh, that feels good, to the thigh. So if for any reason, because every person is different in terms of flexibility, if you're here and you're not feeling it, then you can just bring your knee back a little bit further. Beautiful. And then the other thing you can do is you can bring your hip forward. Yeah, basically elongating the quadriceps. Make sure that you're breathing well, that you're feeling this, taking deep breaths in and deep cleansing breaths out. Whatever you do, you always want to move slowly and calmly. Everything needs to be done mindfully. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, and we're going to slowly release. Oh, that felt so good. All right, we're going to go to the second leg now. So we're going to bring ankle, heel to the glutes or to the buttocks. Beautiful. Make sure that you're stretching here. And anytime you move, right, you can move further, you can shift forward. Whatever you do, make sure that you're breathing well. That you're feeling a nice deep stretch. Beautiful. And take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Beautiful. All right, so from this position now, you can either go onto your knees or cross-legged or even sitting on the couch. We're now going to close the session. All right, so we're going to interlace the fingers. Inhale, stretch it up to the ceiling. Keep the lungs full for 3, 2, 1. Exhale and release and stretch, 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 stretch as far as you can go. Good. All right, we're going to interlace the fingers back. Inhale, open the chest. Keep the lungs full for 3, 2, 1. Exhale and release. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, as always, please send me comments to make sure that I'm providing you with the exercises that you need. So those of you who are with me live, please stay. I will come back and say a proper goodbye. For you who's following these classes on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. And for you as well, if you have any comments, any suggestions, any exercises that you would like to see, or any exercise that you would like to see variants because you have particular conditions, please let me know, and I will happily get back to you to give you those solutions. I wish you well, stay safe, stay strong, and stay true to you.